Hello and welcome back to A Build a Day. It's episode 13 and before we get started, I'd like to say a big thank you to JustYourAverageGymRat who suggested this idea of a mountain cabin, which I thought was a pretty good idea. I've never really done them. I quite like them, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's do that. It's a good idea. We can do it before the Remembrance Day video, which is coming tomorrow, and then over the weekend we can start the mini-series. But anyway, on the screen, I'm sort of trying to come up with the design. So I saw multiple different variations on the same sort of design in real life and in other Minecraft builds. So I did a little bit of research. There's a lot of sort of low gradient roofs, and some of them are like sort of, you know, your typical ski chalets, but others were more sort of this, where they were like a combination of your typical skiing chalet and like a modern house. And I just went, you know, I'm not very good at either, so let's get better at both. So let's do that. So what I've done is I've got two rectangles, stuck them together, and then added a slightly diagonal roof, as we can see here. Straight on one side, goes all the way up until the end of that rectangle, all the way down to the other side, copies it, and that is repeated then on the other rectangle, just a little bit lower to give it sort of a two-level effecty type thing. And then yeah, we filled it with I think I filled the big one with terracotta first, which it looked all right, but I changed it. I much preferred the look of packed mud, and the blocks that go with that, which are mud bricks and brown mushroom block. I have an obsession that is probably unhealthy with that block. I love it. It's so good. It's so versatile. You can use it for so many things. Yeah. Oh, I'm very dehydrated. Yeah, anyway. The roof is just deep slate tiles, a dark oak trim. The way I sort of thought through this was, I've got this design, and a lot of these sort of designs I saw on Google were sort of a combination of a medieval color palette and the sort of modern chalet design. So I took that. I took inspiration from that. You know, I like building medieval. It's my preferred style of building. While I do like a couple like sci-fi builds and Italian Riviera builds and stuff, I mostly build medieval. It might be because I'm interested in medieval history, but I don't know. It's just a theory. Yeah, basically I just took a generic medieval color palette, your spruce, your greys, andesite and stuff, calcite, which I then replaced with concrete because it looked a little bit better. Concrete powder and wool looked a little bit better, and sort of combined that color palette with the shape, and I think it turned out all right. Yeah, here I'm floating about, just trying to figure out some of the texturing, the block choices. Yeah, these commands, man, they take a little bit of time. But yeah, there we go. We've changed the sort of. It's not really a second story, is it? It's more that bit of wall under the roof. We changed that, and we're going to change the terracotta out because it doesn't look great. There we go. That looks a lot better. And now at this point, I forgot that I built a tree. I'm sat here going, there's a lot left of the video. I've built the house. Oh yes, I built a tree. So this tree is supposed to be a pine tree. Yeah, about that. It looks more like sort of a cypress tree, something like that. Something you'd see in like Italy, in like Tuscany and stuff. So it doesn't really look like a pine tree, but it does look all right. So if you've got a big enough screen, there is a pine tree just behind our build. That is from episode 1, I think, and it looks very bottom heavy. And I made that effectively again. I made my tree very, very bottom heavy, and it looked quite dumb, quite dumb. So I added more leaves. Yeah, I think you can see it's sort of, I've gone up in quite a steep gradient at the bottom, and then rounded it off. There you go. It looks like some sort of strange onion. It doesn't look very good. So I took a little bit of I flew backwards. I just looked at it and went, no, I'm not happy with this. So we sort of added some more density at the top. Took it up a bit, added loads of leaves up there, and it looks better now. I would probably, in hindsight, have added more on the bottom as well, sort of give it a Christmas tree look. But I didn't. So lessons learned, I guess. But yeah, now we're just gonna detail the ground. So getting a path. Gonna bone meal the grass like we have been doing for the past couple episodes. This time, however, I'm gonna leave all of the bone meal sort of randomness, the tall grass, the flowers, because I want this to be a rural, quite rural, in the middle of nowhere sort of aesthetic, which I think would work better because it's supposed to be at the top of the mountain. But yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy the cinematics, and I will see you tomorrow.